Let's solve fixed income questions now. Now, what are they asking you? Modified duration of portfolio. There are two bonds in the portfolio. So, naturally, one thing should strike that it should be weighted average. Weighted average. You have to calculate the weights. Okay, now market price is given of both the bonds. Money duration is given. Fine. So, let's calculate. Modified duration. If I require modified duration first to calculate the weighted average duration. Modified duration, how do I find out? Bond price into money value of the bond into the mod duration gives you the money duration. So 730 divided by 95. How much? 7.68. Okay. 7.68 is the mod duration of bond A. And for bond B, 4.29. I got the respective mod durations. Now all I have to calculate is the weights. Okay. Weights. Each bond has a par value of 25 million. Okay. So let's calculate the number of, I mean the total market value of bond A. 25 million. So 6 zeros. Divide by 100. So number of bonds. I get the number of bonds into market price will give me the total market value of bond A. How much is that? 2375 000. 4 times 0. 2375 4 times 0. 2375 4 times 0. Likewise, we do for bond B. Total par value 25 million. Divide by 100 into 120. 100 because it's the par value of each bond. Na? In absence of info, you have to assume 100. Divide by 100 into 120 will be how much then? 30 million. Exact 30 million. Okay. 30 million. 30 and 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So total is how much? 5375 4 times 0. Now can you calculate the weights? 2375 4 times 0 divided by 5375 4 times 0 into 7.68. 2375 4 times 0 divided by 5375 4 times 0 into 7.68 plus 30 million divided by 5375 4 times 0 into 4.29. This will give you the weighted average portfolio duration. Let me know how much is it. So option A, I hope you understood how to do it. Market value take of total bond A, not of per bond, total. Because number of bonds are different, no, for both A and B. Number of bonds are the same, in fact, market price is different. Fine. Okay. Proceed. Modified duration, no? They have asked you modified duration, not Macaulay. Weighted average mod duration. Actually here, since the number of bonds for A and B are the same, even if you would have done on the basis of per bond, the weight, that also would have sufficed. You did not do it on a total basis. Even if I would have done on a per bond basis for A 95 divided by 215, 215 means total of 95 plus 1, then also you would have got the same answer. So here it would have been 120 divided by 215, since number of bonds are the same. Anyway, do the second question. Callable bonds exhibit, correct answer is option C, either positive or negative convexity. Now, understand one thing, I am an issuer of bonds. Callable bond will be beneficial for me when in a falling interest rate environment. So I have the option to call back the bonds and I can refinance at a lower rate. At that point of time, you investors will be at a disadvantageous position. So it will exhibit negative convexity. But when interest rates are rising, that time a callable bond simply behaves like an option free bond. So that time it exhibits positive convexity. Okay, fine. So option C. Okay. With respect to the notching process adopted by credit rating agencies, a corporate subordinated debt is most likely. First of all, what is the meaning of notching? Notching is the difference between issuer credit rating and the specific bonds credit rating, right? The difference. Okay. Now, if I see option A notched up from the corporate's junior subordinated debt, they are comparing the credit rating of two bonds. Whereas we have to compare the credit rating of this subordinated debt with the issuer credit rating. So A does not signify notching. So A is wrong. And remember one thing, as a credit rating agency, if for example I am giving an issuer rating, I am rating the entire corporate. So it will be considered as if I am rating a senior unsecured bond. Senior unsecured bond. Okay, fine. B, subject to a smaller notching adjustment the higher the corporate's issuer rating. Yes, if as a corporate that family rating which we call corporate family rating, right? Issuer rating is also called as corporate family. If that is high enough, so the notching adjustment will be very low because already the issuer is credit worthy. So if the issuer goes to issue an incremental bond, that won't be rated so low or so high compared to the issuer rating. So the notching adjustment would be very low. Whereas the notching adjustment would be high for a high yield issuer. Okay, getting the point? Okay, so B is correct. Now why is C wrong? Let's understand that. Notched down from the corporate's issuer rating due to higher probability of default. Now let me tell you one thing, while credit rating, the probability of default is not seen. What is given weightage? Loss given default, loss severity while credit. Probability of default is used when you are calculating the expected spreads, the expected loss, which was, you remember, probability of default into loss given default. That is where it comes into the picture. So in terms of rating, the probability of default as such won't come into the picture. Getting it? So again, C is wrong because they are saying probability of default. Okay, understood this? Fine. Fourth, what effects will an increase in yield volatility have on the values of a puttable and a callable bond? What did you mark? Now this question is a blend of fixed income and derivatives. Value of callable bond. Value of a callable bond is equal to value of an option free bond. Then what? Minus value of call option. Now understand this thing properly. I am an issuer. I have the right to call back. Means as an issuer, I am long a call option. And as investors, you are short the call option. So short is like you are getting a premium sort of. So that is why the value of a callable bond will be lower as compared to the otherwise equivalent option free bond. That's why I subtract value of call option. Now what happens if volatility increases? Remember 6 factors affecting option premium. If volatility increases, what happens to value of call option? It increases and the value of callable bond decreases. Okay. Now on similar lines, value of puttable bond will be equal to value of option free bond. Now think about it, as investors you have the benefit of put option, means you have purchased the put option on the bond. So you have to pay a premium, so plus value of put option. Now due to higher volatility, the value of put option also will increase. And value of put option, if it increases, value of puttable bond also will increase. So see, due to higher volatility, one bond is falling in price and the other bond is increasing. Option A. Clear? Okay. Proceed. Fifth. Okay. What is price value of basis point? Price value of basis point simply means the impact on your portfolio due to a 1 basis point change in the yield. 1 basis point is how much? 0.01%. So, percentage change in bond price is minus modified duration into delta YTM. Okay. Minus modified duration is 6.2 and into YTM 0.01%. Expressing it in decimals will be 0.0001. Just calculate how much is it. Minus 6.2 into 0.0001. Now in 200, so it converts back to percentage. So minus 0.062%, right? Now apply this 0.062% on the current market price of 103.5. 0.062% apply on the current market price of 103.5. How much does it come to? How much? How come 6.417? 0.0642. Basic calculations mein you shouldn't go wrong. 103.5 into 0.062%. Option A. And always the price change is calculated from current price, whatever it is trading at. So it's trading at 103.5. So I applied the percentage on that. Okay, fine. It is okay, but I prefer doing it this way so that chances of going wrong are less. And also remember delta YTM and all, please take it in decimals. Right? Then final answer you convert it back to percentage. Proceed. No. Here though they have not asked you the sign, no, the direction they have not asked you, just the absolute amount. So anything is okay. Done? Any doubt in any of the questions?